This is lesson 4, scale drawing, and in particular question 7a. Question 7a says determine the scale ratio for each of the following. 2 millimeters on a scale drawing represents an actual distance of 50 centimeters. Now, a scale ratio. Scale ratio is in the form 1 to a particular number. Let's say, for example, 1,000. And what that means is that on the right hand side it's the actual length, on the left hand side is the scaled length. So this basically says that the actual length is 1,000 times bigger than the scaled length. So when we want to write out a scale ratio from what we have here, I like to put an S to A. So the S is for scaled, A is for actual, and we have 2 millimeters on the left hand side for the scaled, and we have 50 centimeters on the right hand side. Next step is to change the units so they are the same on both sides of the ratio. So here we have millimeters, on the right hand side we have centimeters. We're going to change the centimeters into millimeters because it's easier to work with. There are 10 millimeters to a centimeter, so I'm going to times this by 10, and now my ratio is going to be 2 millimeters to 500 millimeters. Now, because we've got millimeters on both sides of the ratio, we can just ignore those. So I'm going to cross them off, and we have the ratio 2 to 500. Now remember, we need to get it to look like this. We need to have a 1 on the left hand side. So if I write a 1 on the left hand side automatically, we have to ask ourselves, how do we change or turn a 2 into a 1? And very simply, we need to divide it by 2. On the right hand side, we need to do the same, so the ratio stays the same. I'm going to divide it by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, 500 divided by 2 is 250. So our scaled ratio for question 7a is 1 to 250, which basically says that the actual distance is 250 times larger or longer than what it is on the scaled diagram. Okay, let's see how you go with the other ones.